welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and this is your first time watching me, my name is Kiera and I would love to have you a part of the team. So if you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the channel, leave some comments, and let me know, that you're here and you're riding with me. And I promise you, I hope to not let you down. But although I have this smile because I am happy to be, back making videos, it's just this video in particular, it's pretty, it breaks my heart to even have to make it, but I feel like it's only right. Please excuse the sounds in the background. My husband think he's at Cinemax somewhere and he got the TV blasted and they're watching movies, my husband and the kids. So if you hear anything going on TV, that's the TV, and I'm sorry. But definitely back to what I was saying, this video, it really does break my heart, because I honestly feel like El Paso has been very good to us for the 3.5 years we've been here. And what happened yesterday was just heartbreaking to hear, because here in El Paso, since I've been here, I know, and even people that I know, friends and friends of friends who talked about and been in Paso, who's been in El Paso their whole life, they always tell me, El Paso is a place that nothing ever happens. Everything is, it's no major disasters, no weather like issues, other than it's just hot and it's in the desert. Nothing really goes on here. So to get that news on yesterday, I don't even really want to speak on the guy who took all of those lives, because this video I definitely don't want to make it about or shed any light. But I definitely want to, send my prayers and let the victims and the victims' family know that I am definitely praying with you guys and hoping that God sends a type of peace over you, that you get through this situation and carry you on for the days to come and the months to come and the years to come, because this is definitely one of those situations where it will, in my heart, I will never forget. And the victims and people who are affected directly by this will never forget. I just want to start off by saying that, like I've shared in my previous videos about how much I enjoy being here in El Paso, and the 3 years that we've been here, El Paso has been nothing but kind and nothing but good. And seeing the people, they're so humble. Hold on, my camera trying to die over here. But anyway, just knowing that these people that were affected, they never really, when it comes to anything, they just humble, want to, feed their families and just want to live a happy life. And to see that happened to so many people in that store, they go in as a normal shopping day, and to have their lives change in a matter of seconds. It's just heartbreaking to know that in this country we're still dealing with the mass shootings and people being able to get their hands on these military style weapons and able to kill massive number of people. And honestly, we definitely have to hold these people accountable for these actions. These actions are terroristic actions. These people, they go in and their mindset is to put fear in people, to scare people, to a lot of them just to stroke their own egos. So enough talking about that. I just definitely want to speak on my experience since I've been here in El Paso. And like I told you before, I spoke a lot about once I started nail tech school here, and how my classmates automatic within like the first week or 2 weeks, we felt like a family already. And that is the best way I can describe El Paso, and the warm feeling that I get when, you know, being around the people that are born or from here. And I definitely have some upside about it too, because I just think, I want to say I can definitely say we was in Colorado Springs during the time of the Aurora shooting. And during that time, we had just moved there. We hadn't even been there, I don't even think, a month or two. And when that happened, you know, we went and we paid our respects, and we went and joined the people of Aurora to grieve the people that was lost in that movie theater. And now, I think that's like 5 years now ago. And if I'm wrong, I'll probably put a little note down below. But I want to say around that time frame. And no, it can't be 5 because my daughter is 8. And we moved to Colorado when she was 1.5. Well, she had just turned, she just turned 2. So yeah, and she's 8 now. So 5-6 years ago that happened, and it's just crazy to be reliving leaving another place and yet having another memory of a mass shooting. And I definitely want to say again that the family, I am praying for those who, you know, were directly affected by this. And as far as El Paso is concerned, I know that there are strong people. They will, you know, get past this. They will, you know, lift each other up, because they're people of El Paso. I feel like they treat you like family even when you're an outsider. I was an outsider, and the people that I've met here in El Paso have definitely always made me feel like family. So even my neighbors, just moving into this neighborhood, and all of my neighbors for the most part are originally from Juarez. And so, you know, they come here, they have their homes here now. But I would just remember one time my son, he had my keys and my husband's key fob, and he was just, you know, kept pushing the button and alarms were going off on the vehicles. And I just remember my neighbor across the street, Mr. Jose, came across, and he was like, he rung the doorbell, and he was like, "Hi, I'm your neighbor across the street. I was just coming to check on you guys. I see the alarms and stuff was going off." And, you know, normally, universally, when your vehicle is going off like that, for some people, you know, they know that that's like a warning sign, almost like, help, something's going on. So to have him come over and not even know us like that, you know, and to check on us. And I just remember one time before, the neighbors next door, their fire alarm was going off. And I was coming outside to throw something away. And I remember Mr. Jose coming out, and he was like, "You hear that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think their alarm's going off." He's like, "I'm gonna go next door and I'm gonna check, make sure everything's good." And it's just like, these people here, you don't even have to be, you know, born and raised, so y'all don't have to be family. Y'all don't even have to know it. Like I said, I'm an outsider, and they always been, you know, good, and always definitely showed me, you know, that there are still good people left in this world. And I have also other neighbors too that are across the street, and always been, Mr. Art has always been nice, always been kind. And definitely I can say the people of El Paso are very humble people. And what happened to them, they didn't deserve it. And so I definitely feel like it was only right, because I've talked about, you know, how much I enjoyed being a part or being here and sharing the culture of El Paso, and leaving El Paso, how much I'm going to miss so many friends. So I definitely feel like it was only right that I come, and I do a video dedicated to that, because I'm definitely going to miss El Paso, but I hate the memory that I'm going to have. I just remember too, when I first moved here, I also have another military friend who, she's not originally from here, but she was here 8 years. So 8 years being in a place you might as well say is home. And she lost her husband here. And that was another memory that I have here in El Paso. But I gained a friend, and now she lives in Georgia, and I'm able to, like I said, I'm from Georgia, so she's in Atlanta. My sister's in Atlanta, so anytime I'm going home, anytime, although, she's no longer military affiliated, well, she always will be because her husband was, but knowing that I gained her, even though it was a tragic situation that happened with her as well, I gained her as a friend. And now anytime I go home to visit my family. I stop and I visit her because she's my family too now. So El Paso has definitely been good to me. I definitely would cherish all of the relationships I built here in El Paso, whether that's military or non-military related. I definitely feel like the people here deserve just to get more insight on being here and the way that you being treated. I definitely, let's not forget, I remember when we first moved here, and being in the military, that, but when you get there, your things come later. So during this time we had just moved here, I was 8 months pregnant, almost 8 months pregnant. Well, I think I was like 7, almost 8 months pregnant. And during this time, we hadn't got our things yet, so I had to take our clothes to the washer, which was up the street. And I remember meeting another friend, her name is Joanne. And I just remember she didn't know me, but every time I came in, she was working. So she would see me back my little truck in, and I would get all the baskets and carry them in. They have like the little rollers. You get it and put your baskets in, you roll everything in. So if they had some available, I would use that, and if not, I would carry them in. And she would see me every week come in, and she was like, you know what? She's like, you are getting big. She's like, I remember seeing you. You first got here, you getting big, girl, and you still, going, you still bringing them clothes. I'm like, yeah, my kids, I have to, make sure that my family is good for the week. And I would come in and I would wash all our clothes. I would fold them there, put them back in the baskets, and leave. And I just remember her, I would, talk to her, and just happened, I guess we kind of built that. She remembers seeing me so many times, and it got so to the point she was like, I don't even think that, I want to say within the first 2 weeks of me going there every week, or going there so much, that she was just like, you know what, this pregnant lady, I'm gonna help her. And again, she is also born here in El Paso. I think her family is, from Juarez, or she has family from Juarez. I'm not really sure, but I definitely can say that during that time I was big, I was pregnant, and she would see me backing in, and I would bring that one basket in, and she'd be behind me going to the truck to get the rest of it, bringing it in. She would help me put the clothes inside the washer, wash them, put them inside the dryer, help me fold them, put them back in the baskets, and then take them back and pack them back in my vehicle. And then when our things got here, I was just like, I just felt so, I just felt the need to, like, I know she had a situation that, I don't really want to put all her business out there, but she had a situation with her daughter that needed help with, some household things. And we had just moved here, and I was just like, we're going to be getting rid of some stuff because we're getting new things. And so, we helped, or, had her come after that. After she came to pick that up, we've been friends since. And it's just crazy to know, like, being here in El Paso, I go to the laundromat and I pick up a friend, and we've been calling each other since. I remember when I had my son, after we got our wash and dryer, I wasn't needing to go to the wash house as much or at all anymore. So she was like, you know, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the last of it because we're supposed to get our things. She's like, yeah, but you know, let's stay in touch. You know, I had her number because, like I said, we had given her daughter furniture, so she came to pick up the furniture from my house, and we just, you know, stayed in touch. And I remember going into labor, and during this time, like I said, we don't really have any, this was before I had anybody. So she was like pretty much the first friend type that we got when we first got here. And I remember having my son or getting ready to go into labor. And she ended up calling me, and I was just telling her, girl, I told her like the week before I don't think I was gonna make it. And so I don't know how we talked, but I ended up like, you know, I'm in labor, and next thing you know, the nurse was coming in, and she was like, well, I have a lady here that's coming to get your kids. And I was just like, huh, you know, but she came in, and she was like, you know, I'll just stay. And you know, during that time, I'm the type of person, like, I know people are nice, but in the same token, I'm just like, you know, but during that time, you know, we couldn't have the kids really there giving birth or whatever. But she stayed in the waiting room with the kids as long as, I think it was like 12 o'clock before anything really popped off. 12 o'clock, and I still haven't did anything. The kids was getting restless, and my husband like, you know what, I really don't want to miss the birth, but you know, I'm gonna have to take the kids, take them home or whatever. And Joanne was just, he was like, Joanne is offering to, you know, go home while we stay here with the kids, and she'll stay at our house with the kids. And I'm just like, I don't really know, because by then, like, we had been friends, we had been talking a lot. By that time, you know, like I said, we had been here for a little while, like 2-3 months. So she had been around a lot, but it was still like she still was new, so I was kind of iffy. But for some reason, you know, God gave you a spirit of discernment, but I didn't feel that fear that she would do anything to harm them or do anything to them. And I don't know why, because that's just not me at all. But she definitely did. She definitely did take care of them. She stayed as long, and then after, you know, after I gave birth, she came back with them. You know, my husband went to pick them up from the house. They all come back. She come back. She hold the baby, and like, we've been friends since. Literally, we've been friends since. And like, I remember her saying, you know, I'm gonna give you my ID, you just hold on to my ID. I'm gonna go home with your kids, but you know, you hold on to my ID, because I don't, she's like, I know that I can tell that you kind of, you know, unsure about it, but I'm gonna give you my ID, because if anything is to happen, then you can give the police the ID and they'll be able to track me down. And it was just, I don't know, but definitely that experience alone just, again, goes back to tell you guys that El Paso, the people here, they are very good people, and I haven't ran into any situation that proved to me otherwise. And like I said, this video, I feel like was definitely needed, because I definitely needed to, you know, say my piece of what happened. And again, I'm praying for the family. I'm praying for the city of El Paso, that they definitely get through this this terrible time. And like I said, you guys, if you are watching for the first time, subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and hopefully my next video won't be on such a sad note. But in this case, I'm definitely sending my prayers, and I'm hoping, asking you guys to stay prayerful for the victims in this situation, and just asking you guys to, you know, just love on each other and come together and be, you know, what I feel like people should be. We should always want to help one another. You just never know. Everybody go through situations. You never know when it'll be you. So, you know, love on each other, and I'll see you guys in my next one. And like I said, I'm hoping that video will be more uplifting. Not saying that this video is not uplifting, just really sad to have to even bring it. And again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you.